Good morning, students. Now today's class is about economics. And class 9 students, this is a new subject going to be introduced to you. You may have read it. But let's talk about what economics is. Economics at present is the most important subject. All the country is talking about the economy of India. What is that? Economics is a science which tells you how to get maximum satisfaction out of minimum resources. That is economics. When you have money which have a varied uses that can be used many a times in different uses, but how to use it to get maximum needs fulfilled, that is economics. Adam Smith is known as father of economics, and he said that economics is science of wealth generation. Later on, it was modified. Human touch also has been introduced. Poverties, things which we are daily facing is also used. Let's make it clear with an example. Suppose 3 of your friends have not brought lunch today, and the parents have given them 10 rupees, each of them. A is also having 10 rupees, B is also having 10 rupees, and C is also having 10 rupees. Now, as you have learnt in class 8, the resource today is rupees 10. Fine. Then A bought for 10 rupees, A bought a packet of chips because he was hungry and that is for lunch. So he bought a packet of chips, came to school. B thought that since Priya ma'am is teaching and those students, especially class 8F students who are now 9F, has been taught by me, they know that without pencil, I do not take classes. So they bought pencil of 5 rupees and a chips packet for 5 rupees. The third one among some of you, the C, he thought that if pencil is there, maybe the need of eraser will also be there, and ma'am will not allow to borrow it from others. So he bought a chips packet of 5 rupees, a pencil of 3 rupees, and an eraser of 2 rupees. Understood? What you have seen? A, B and C all of have a source of 10 rupees. Now they have spent. Who got the maximum satisfaction and whose maximum needs were fulfilled? Certainly C. You must have understood. So this is what economics is. Economics tells us how to get maximum satisfaction out of minimum resources. But how will we satisfy our need? Now we come to the geography section. You have read about resource. Resources are the things which satisfy our need. Where do we get our resources? We get resources from nature and change its form in factories or any other institution, and then it is ready to fulfill our need. Then it becomes a resource. Like we cannot create wood, but if we change the shape of wood, we can create a window or a door or a desk or a pencil as the need arises. Now it satisfies some of our need. That's why it becomes a resource. Understood? Then how do we create that? We create it through production. Production is an important function of economics. So in chapter 1, economics, the story of village Palampur, we are going to learn about production processes. When you read the chapter, it is a simple, very simple story. There is nothing very difficult that you will not understand. So I suggest you to go through the chapter, read it properly. I am sending you the whole chapter. Read it, go through it twice. Then you could ask me question in the next class and I can explain you each and every word. If you don't understand, you can explain. I will explain it many a times. So do not worry. But who will ask the question? Who has read the chapter? Otherwise, no. Fine. When we begin the chapter, we begin it from page number 2. That is pure economics. Page number 2. Other is a story. In fact, Palampur is an imaginary village. A person went to western Uttar Pradesh and in Saharanpur district he did a research. The name of that person is given below on page number 1 of chapter 1. And that person research, we changed the name as Palampur and we started studying it. There is no Palampur in India as such. So that's why it is called imaginary. But all the villages of India are like Palampur. So through Palampur, we would read about the rural economics. And this whole year, we are going to read about rural economics. How to do it, how to grow, what is food necessary for us, what is multiple cropping. These things are related to it. So we would learn. Now imagine a village which is a bit developed, a village whose name is Palampur. There are 450 families. 1/3 of that family, that is 150 families, are Dalit. They have kacha houses and others 80 are very rich. They are owning all the land and field. They are the large farmers or landowners, you could say. And these are petty small farmers. Some of them do not have a land, so they are actually agricultural laborer. This is a village. Now this is the social category of the village. Now the economic, structural category. It is a small village and it is well connected by other villages and town. The nearest big village is Raiganj and the nearest town is Shahpur. It is 3 kilometers away and it is well connected by well-metalled road. That is written in your book as all season road. Means in all the seasons you can ply your vehicles. And which vehicles? Every type of vehicle you can use. People are using bullock cart, they are using jeeps, bikes, motorbikes, cars, all of them. So there is a good connectivity with each and every part. This is your village Palampur. Now we come to the farms, the field where the agricultural process goes on. Most of the land are owned by rich farmers and they are big land, big plots where many machines can be used. But some of them are very small plots. You cannot drive a tractor in that. There is no such place. It is very small and traditional farming goes on using the bullocks and the plows. This is sickle. These are the traditional farming method. We have read about it also. So this is our village. It is connected by electricity. And electricity has come very earlier. That's why they have a very good irrigation system because it depends upon all the pipes and hand pumps. It also helps the small manufacturing unit. Small manufacturing. There cannot be a large factory in such a small town, but a small manufacturing unit is there. That is production. Like soap making, matchstick making, candle making, sometimes brick kiln. Take the word K-I-L-N, kiln. So where the bricks are made. So these type of small manufacturing unit is also there. Understood? But most of the person in Palampur are actually related to farming. So remember this line very carefully. Farming is the main activity of Palampur and other non-farm activities. I am making you 2 times. Farming, agricultural practices. Every other things, non-farming. Non-farming, transport, shopkeeping, teaching, or any other small units. These are non-manufacturing unit. I hope basic you have got about Palampur. Now we come to page number 2, which is actually economics, and that you have to understand and learn very properly, because most question will come from there. How do we produce and why do we produce? How do we get our resource? Suppose I am standing here and teaching. I am going to earn. Any activity that provides earning or any type of remuneration or any type of payment is called economic activity. And if you are not getting anything out of it, then it is non-economic activities. So all the activities in the world which we are doing, all the people are doing, are either economic activity or non-economic activity. And the basic difference is payment, earning. Any type of earning, any small earning, if it is there, it is economic activity. Whether it is good or bad does not matter in economics. Understood? And if you are doing it for personal satisfaction or any mood or hearing a music, these type are non-economic. Here I am teaching you. I will be getting a salary. That is which type of activity? Yes, economic activity. But the same chapter I would be teaching to my daughter, suppose, then it is non-economic activity, because no one is going to pay for that. Understood the basic difference? Now we come to economic activity. Economic activity is production of resources, production of things. And how do we produce it? We create utility. As I told you, wood cannot be created, but utility of wood can be increased by changing the shape or the size or the place. And why do we produce? What is the aim of the production? That is the first sentence of page number 2, column 1. That we produce to satisfy our need. We produce the things which we want, which we need. That's why the aim of production is to satisfy our various needs. Understood? And for production, how do we produce? We create utility. I understood? Creating utility. Like creating pencil or door or window out of wood. Sand. Sand is lying on the bank of the river. There is no use. We carry it, shift the place. We carry it from there to a city. Now it is sold as construction material in building. Understood? So now it becomes saleable, economy, earning money. Understood? Economic activity. So sometimes we change the shape, sometimes we change the place and create utility. That is production. And how do we produce? For producing anything in the world, from a small pin to a large ship, we need 4 things. These are called factor of production. Remember that. 4 things we need to produce a thing. That is known as factors of production. On I think column 2, page 2, it is written. First one is land. We need land. A place. And under land, it is not only the land where we stand. Land means all the natural resources as land. Like rivers, forests, these are also land. Understood? Without land, we cannot open a factory. I cannot teach you. I am standing somewhere. There is a piece of land where I am standing and teaching you. There is a piece of land where the school is situated. There is a piece of land where all the factories are situated. There is a piece of land where agricultural production is starting. But without land, that is the basic demand. Land is the first requirement of production. So that is page 2, column 1, I am teaching you. Then comes the labor. The person who will do the work is known as labor. Anybody who will do the work and complete the process will be a labor. Then comes the third. Third is called physical capital. Physical capital means all the things which is required during production. Suppose I want to make a desk where you sit in the school. That desk I want to make. Which things I would need? I would need wood, nails, some iron rods. Then I would need a saw also to cut that wood, Fevicol, and some money to buy these things. These are the basic requirement of things which is used during production. Understood? All the things which is used during production is called physical capital. Now physical capital is divided into two parts: fixed capital and working capital. Fixed capital are those which are not destroyed and can be used again and again. Like I told you, the saw to cut the wood. That saw can be used many a times, and it is with the carpenter. Carpenter does not throw it out after one production. So if anything which is used time and again, or a hammer, these things, tools, machines, buildings, there is a building of DAV, and each and every year new students are coming. So they are giving fees. It is earning through that building. That building is a resource. The building is the fixed capital. Machine, tools, building. These are fixed capital and can be used again and again. But suppose something is used up, finished during production, only used once, cannot be used again, then it is working capital. What becomes working capital? The raw material and money in hand. The raw material and money in hand is called working capital because it is destroyed. It is used up, not destroyed, it is used up. Fine. The money you have spent in making that building, that cannot be used again. The money which is spent in buying plywood cannot be used again. The sellotape or the Fevicol which you have used already, the raw material of wood which is used already. Understood? So raw material and money in hand is called working capital. And together fixed plus working, they are called physical capital, which was the third point. Fine? Third factor of production. Now we come to the fourth and very important. That is human capital. That is also known as enterprise. And those who follow it are known as entrepreneur. Find out the word. entrepreneur. Understood? The pronunciation is entrepreneur. It is not entrepreneur. Fine? So be very clear about it. Now this is the knowledge who has decided to combine all the three during production is called human capital. Again I am telling you, human capital is also a person and labor is also a person. But the difference is labor does not take decision. Labor works and takes money for it. Okay, went away. But human capital decides about all the three factors of production. Land, from where we will arrange this land. Labor, how many laborers are needed, what payments they should be getting. And the physical capital. How do we arrange the money? Shall I go for the bank or borrow it from friend? Or which type of plywood I should make, the highest quality or the lowest would do. All the decisions are regarding the production is taken by human capital. And he bears the loss also and he earns the profit also. Fine. So these four together, very important again, four factors of production. The first one is land. The second one is labor. The third one is physical capital. And the fourth one is human capital. I think I have told you very clearly page number 1 and 2. Kindly go through it and then ask questions. Thank you.